What's going on, guys? I am in my dad's shop tonight. Have been pretty much all day. Putting in a new engine oil cooler on my wife's 2018 Dodge Grand Caravan SXT. I don't think that matters, but it's the 3.6, which since I've been studying up on this before I do the job, I come to find out the 3.6 was used. It was one of the most used engines by Chrysler of any. Used in Jeep, Cherokee, Wrangler, obviously Dodge, Chrysler vehicles all across the board. And this right here is one of the most common problems that it has. It's a freaking engine oil cooler, which has rapid heating and cooling of fluids. And these penny pitching jokers decided, hey, let's make that out of plastic and aluminum, two totally different materials that expand and contract at different rates when they heat up and cool down. And so leaking becomes a problem. It also has a oil pressure switch and a coolant temp switch or sensor. And that coolant temp sensor right there, I don't know how well it's going to show up, but I don't want to turn the camera around just yet. That sucker is in there with the force of 1,000 suns. It ain't coming out. I rounded off the sensor trying to get it off. At the point I realized it's just not coming out and it's already too rounded off, I even put it in the vise, stood it up, put it in the vise and tried to turn the entire housing. It ain't coming. So I ended up buying both new sensors. I was going to try to reuse them. But anyway, stupid design. I'm going to show you, I've gone back with an all aluminum housing and cooler. We'll take a look at that. All right, so you see here, I don't know how well you can see. That isn't, I've already got it kind of put in. I don't have it tightened up yet. I'm gonna do all this tomorrow because I'm tired and I don't want to make mistakes. But that's an all aluminum cooler, and the housing that it sits on, not that, that's just the oil filter housing, but wait, never mind, I'm sorry. I'm so tired. It doesn't look like it in the video, but that's also aluminum. Everything's aluminum. It's made by Dorman. It's an upgraded replacement. So hopefully I won't ever have to do this again. It's a piece of work, man. But after calling around, you know, it's at least like $1,500 to have this done. And I don't want to spend $1,500, so I'm doing it myself. You got to pull the intake off, intake manifold. A lot of switches, a lot of hoses. Just a lot has to come off the air box. It's a lot. The biggest frustration of this whole entire thing is down here. You can probably see that aluminum line, it's AC line. There are two bolts, studs that go in here. It's actually off these two brackets right here. Geez Louise, they're so hard to get out. They leave you no room on this. For me anyway, I watched some videos where they had a little bit of clearance, but not much. But where they go in on the underneath, it's kind of hard to show. But like, if you can see my finger, ooh. Oh, yeah, I'm not trying to flip you off and it's not focusing. But anyway, right there, they go in. And you got one on the other side. They're a pain in the freaking butt, man. I was getting like maybe 1/16 of a turn every time. I couldn't get my ratchet wrench side on it, so I had to do it with the open end. Pain in the butt. But all the gaskets on the intake. It's not that bad. I mean, it's bad for somebody like me, but it's not undoable, non-doable, not doable, whatever. Anywho, so it's been a long day. I went to O'Reilly. I was going to try to reuse the sensors, the oil pressure switch and the coolant temp sensor from the old one. The one wouldn't come out, so then I just decided to replace both of them. That was like another $100. Probably wouldn't have been as bad if I bought them online, but you know, I don't have the time now. I did buy the Dorman all aluminum oil filter housing and oil cooler off of Rock Auto, and it was like $115 cheaper than it would have been at like a local O'Reilly's or something like that. But I'm not a mechanic, you know, and I never want to say we're poor. I've lived with people who are poor, who literally lived in stick huts with no running water and no electricity, just one big, you know, room. And fortunate, very fortunate people. We are, but I also don't have $1,500 to drop on this right now, so I didn't want to do that. But if you don't get paid in money, get paid in experience, and this is definitely an experience. I'm gonna go to church in the morning, and I'll come back over here and try to finish up. If I don't get finished up, that's okay. My wife has our daughter's car that she can use until I finish up. I still have to drain the coolant. I'm going to drain the oil. It's time for an oil change anyway. Just put a new coolant, new oil filter and oil in it. Hoping everything goes back. I'm a little worried about those 2 posts. They were such a pain in the butt to get out. I imagine they're probably going to be worse trying to get them back in. But we'll get there. Anyway, just haven't made a video in a while. This is not like a how-to video because I'm not the person to ask. There's lots of YouTube videos showing you how to do this. Yeah. Anyway, I'm gonna make a follow-up video to this though and show you some of the tools that were helpful if anybody's interested in that. All right, guys, I'm gonna have a pipe sitting here in my shop, my dad's shop. I wish it were my shop, but it's not. It's my dad's. But it's only 2 miles down the road, which is nice. I'm gonna have a pipe. I'm gonna watch this Western, and then I'm gonna go home and get some sleep. See you later, guys. Hope you're doing good.